Hey y'all, so today we're on our tropical beach vibes and I'm loving that. If you guys are new here, welcome. I'm Shy in Second Life, and on this channel we check out aesthetically pleasing places in the virtual world of Second Life, and I also sporadically do lifestyle vlogs. So if you're interested in content like this, go ahead and subscribe. So you guys, still very much so into my movie bag. When I get into my moods, I get into my moods. So a movie that I've seen was recently was Companion. Now, Companion, is it an oldie but a goodie? Yes. It's not like old in the sense of like, oh, it was years and years and years ago, but I think it was just like earlier this year. I want to say it came out, maybe even last year. I'm not really sure, but I know it wasn't too far off. The main characters, god damn it. Now, when I tell you they were amazing, the whole cast was exceptional in my opinion. In my absolute opinion, they were exceptional. Now, I want to people watch, but it seems like somebody's getting changed. My thing is, you knew you was coming to a beach. Should have put your clothes on beforehand. She got her stuff on. She looks like she's expecting. Oh, congratulations. So when I tell you the movie, the entire time, mouth agape. The thing that had me most shocked about this movie was how realistic it was, how this is something that very well could be happening right now, right under our noses. I love how her true form wasn't given up until it was absolutely necessary for it to be given up. I also feel like Josh's character, I don't think there was a different actor that could have played that part as well as he did. I believe it's Jack Quaid, I want to say his name is Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan's son, and go figure, because he's an exceptional actor. Now, the lead character, I believe her name was Iris. I saw her for the first time in Yellow Jackets, and I loved her in Yellow Jackets. I saw him for the first time in The Boys, and I love The Boys. It's the same thing on each thing. Yeah, so we don't need to see it, but these are super duper cute. And so I was really happy to see them in the movie together. But when I tell you they worked so well together, the chemistry was fantastic. But I just felt like, oh, the movie was so demented in my opinion, and I feel like that was what I really liked the most. The movie had a level of beautiful horror that I just absolutely could not escape. There was never a time where I was bored. There was never a time where I was just like, I knew what would happen. Everything was a surprise through and through. And I feel like that was the thing that I really loved the most, was that there was never a question of whether or not things were going to get better. You just knew that they were. And I don't mean better as in good, I mean better as in bad. The pretense of this movie was absolutely horrifying. Immediately from the second scene, I had a bad feeling of where this movie could possibly go. Now, I am not a trailer type of girl. I will every now and then, if I do indulge in a trailer, I'll get a very quick synopsis and then I'll go ahead and click off. I really like to be surprised through and through. Now, from the second scene, I just didn't like what was going on, just the whole dynamic of it, with her carrying them two heavy ass suitcases, and he had just like a little flimsy bag. I said, I don't know what kind of dynamic they got going on, but I don't like it. And then when you continue to watch it and you actually see their dynamic and the truth of it all, it's just very like, dang man, who hurt you? It's quite a few people in this land today, and I do love that. Let me see. He got his little, okay with y'all. How many packs is that? Is it giving 6 or 8? Okay, it's giving a little 6 and a possible. Okay now, sir. Okay, I love that. He tatted up. We love that. We love a good tattoo. So yeah, when I tell you Josh's character, I just hated it. I definitely despised his character to the core. I just really felt like the whole time it was just like, are you like this because this is just how you are, or are you like this because you're so angry that you didn't get a chance to have somebody other than Iris? Josh's character's behavior really felt like it came from not so much, oh, it's pretty. The land really transitioned very nicely from a summer to a fall land. We just ain't see that part. Y'all ain't see that part. His character felt like his behaviors really came from more of just like a place of disdain through just dealing with a sea of rejection, as opposed to just him just like, this is just how I am. I feel like it was more of that was his reaction to different actions that he felt weren't warranted for him. And he did get a little into that towards like the end of the movie. When it comes to movies like that, one of the things that really just triggers me, if you will, as a woman is just knowing that this is the feeling of a lot of men. Now, don't get me wrong, it'll never be all of anyone, but it was just the way that she was treated as an object. And it's just like that has been a cry that many women have had throughout life. And just to actually see it in real time when it was like, it's like it wasn't completely unwarranted. However, it didn't have to be like that. And we saw that because there was another character who had the same dynamic going on, and he treated his companion very differently. This movie definitely opened me up to a different type of horror where there was humor in a lot of different parts, but the majority of the movie was quite heavy, in my opinion. It was quite heavy, and I think the heaviness for me came more through the symbolism of what was actually going on, and how it's like women and men can be viewed and are viewed as objects. And it's like, you're here to suit my desires and to fit my desires and to fit my needs, and that's it. And if you can't do that, then why are you here? I'm not even talking to you. I'm not even dealing with you. I'm not even having you in my space for any reasons other than that. And so I feel like that was the part that kind of rattled my spirit, if you will, more than anything, was just the realism, and having to come to the realization that these are things that are very much so happening as far as like the feelings and the emotions. And just to see Josh's character, I think for me the biggest thing was just that he looks so like that's not how he would behave. Josh's character definitely gave me Loverboy vibes, and just to see those ideas of him just completely be trampled, it was a bit heartbreaking for me. It kind of just, this land is so pretty. It kind of just brings everything into perspective, how looks are truly deceiving. And it's just, as the movie went on, he just became more and more devious, where it was just like, okay, well, I've already gone this far, might as well just like go all the way. And in that sense, can I go in here? In that sense, you can appreciate his push through or follow through, if you will. What's this? Oh, this is cute. A little cave, y'all. You know, the one thing that I love next to an underwater world is gonna be a nice jeweled out cave. How pretty is this? So yeah, when I tell you that movie, it felt like the movie was 15 minutes long, because that's how much I enjoyed it. I feel like it's a good to watch for everyone. Oh, is this a unicorn? Oh my goodness, look at this. Now this little green thing is bothering my trypophobia just a smidget. So we ain't gonna be staying up in this space too long. And so although I definitely feel like this is a movie that will be great for all adults to see, I do feel like it does have a very high chance of being quite triggering to a lot of people, men and women, because you really can see yourself, depending on your situation, in either role, or hopefully not both. I was gonna say or even both. Hopefully not both. But it is just one of those things where this movie, in my opinion, really was a different take on imitation of life that perhaps we're not as far removed from as we want to believe.